We have with us Ben Aris, founder and editor-in-chief of BNE IntelliNews, and also former Moscow bureau chief for the Daily Telegraph. He's joining us live from Berlin. Ben, thank you so much for joining us on WION. Russia has fired in what is the first ever use of an ICBM in a war by any country. The West says that this is reckless. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's slightly confusing in so much as neither of these missiles, neither the French-British Storm Shadow nor the American ATACMS are actually ICBMs, intercontinental. That means ICBMs have a range of around 5,000 kilometers, and the two missiles, the American one is about 350 kilometers, and the Storm Shadow is about 500. So that's a bit of an exaggeration. Nevertheless, these missiles are a significant escalation, and they give Ukraine, add to its arsenal, extremely powerful missiles that can reach deep into Russia. 300, 500 kilometers is enough to get behind Russian lines and play havoc with the logistics that are supplying the Russian forces on the front line, and will push all of Russia's armor and fuel depots, what have you, much further back. And it's already having a logistical problem supplying the front lines on what are increasingly long supply routes. And that will give Ukraine a lot of help. It'll ease the pressure that it's feeling in Donbass. It will help support the embattled troops or Ukrainian troops who are in the Kursk region, who are coming under increasing pressure. And so, yes, the Russians are taking this as a significant escalation. And for them, the key point here is because both of these missiles need satellite data, American supplied satellite data, Ukrainians don't have any satellites that can do this. They are in effect operated by NATO operators. And Putin said very clearly that NATO-guided missiles are striking Russian territory, and he threatened to take appropriate action, so he says. And of course, as you probably realized, they updated the nuclear use strategy, missile strategy, which is very clear threats, that this could go to Third World War. If Russia's attacked directly by NATO, we could respond, and they're rattling their nuclear saber as a result.
And ICBMs are nuclear capable missiles. Do you think that now the risk of miscalculation in the Russia-Ukraine war is more than ever, considering the fact that we're sort of in the talk of nuclear war, possibly?
Well, indeed. I mean, the Kremlin's been going on about it all week. They were very unhappy about the F-16 able. I mean, you can put nuclear missiles on the F-16s. I think the better way to see it is that what we're seeing is a creeping escalation towards the Third World War, to a direct conflict between Russia and NATO. And all of these innovations, these changes, these new weapons that keep getting introduced take us closer and closer to that line. I mean, it's been described as red lines that keep getting crossed. One would have thought that Ukraine's invasion of Russia, which is what it was, the first since the Second World War, would be a red line that might push the Kremlin over the top, but it hasn't. It's continued. But then now we've got these powerful ballistic tactical ballistic mistakes is one step closer to that red line. I don't think we're on the edge of Third World War, but we are creeping towards it slowly. And the amount of room left before we reach that point, before Russia really does say, look, we are. And Biden and his policies have been to keep pushing up against the line, but very reluctantly. Zelensky's been calling for the permission to use these.
Ben, thank you so much for all of those comments and analysis. I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.